Who is Abdul Kalam? When did he fail first time? What is the greatest achievement in his life? To know the answer, do watch the video till the end. We are going to look at the book Wings of Fire, an autobiography by APJ Abdul Kalam and Arun Tiwari. Before that, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any future updates. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Abul Pakir Jainulabuddin Abdul Kalam was born in 1931 into a middle-class Tamil family in the Iceland town of Rameswaram. He was the son of Jainulabuddin and Aishamma. His childhood was very secure in terms of both materially and emotionally. His cousin was the sole distributor for newspapers in Rameswaram, who helped Abdul Kalam to earn his first wages. Kalam completed his schooling at Rameswaram and Ramanathapuram. In 1950, he arrived at St. Joseph College, Trichy, to study for the intermediate examination. After obtaining a BSc, did he realize that physics was not his subject? He had to go into engineering to realize his dreams. So he applied for admission into MIT and managed to be on the list of selected candidates. But admission to this prestigious institution was an expensive offer. Around 1,000 rupees was required, and his father couldn't spend that much money at that time. But his sister Sohara stood behind him to join into MIT. From MIT, he went to HAL at Bangalore as a trainee engineer. When he came out of HAL as a graduate aeronautical engineer, he had two alternative opportunities for employment. One was a career in the Air Force and another one was at the Directorate of Technical Development and Production, DTDNP. He applied for both. The interview calls arrived from both the places almost simultaneously. He was asked to reach Dehradun by the Air Force and Delhi by the Directorate of Technical Development and Production. First, he appeared for the interview at DTDNP and did well at the interview. Then he proceeded to the Air Force Selection Board, but in the interview, he could only finish 9 in the batch of 25 examined to select 8 officers commencing in the Air Force. He was deeply disappointed, but after some time, he accepted his destiny and joined at the Directorate of Technical Development and Production as a senior scientific assistant. 3 years passed. The Aeronautical Development Establishment was born in Bangalore and Kalam was posted to the new establishment. After a year, based on his preliminary studies on ground handling equipments, a project team was formed to design and develop an indigenous hovercraft prototype. It was a challenging mission and the Defense Minister gave his full support. They completed the project ahead of schedule, but by this time, Defense Minister was out of office and the project was mired in controversies and finally shelved. He was totally disappointed and disillusioned. As a result of hovercraft project, he received an interview call from the Indian Committee for Space Research called INSCOPER for the post of rocket engineer. And after the successful interview, he joined into INSCOPER. In the later half of 1962, INSCOPER took the decision to set up an equatorial rocket launching station at Tumba, and Kalam was posted into that. This was the quiet beginning of modern rocket-based research in India. Soon after this, he was asked to proceed to America for 6-month training program on sound rocket launching techniques at NASA. As soon as he returned from NASA, India's first rocket launch took place on 21st November 1963. It was a sounding rocket called the Nike Apache made at NASA. However, the real journey of Indian airspace program had begun with the Rohini sounding rocket program. The first Rohini 75 rocket was launched from Tumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station on 20th November 1967. Early next year, Professor Sarabhai called Abdul Kalam and unfolded his plan of developing a rocket-assisted takeoff system called RATO for military aircraft. RATO would help the military warplanes to take off from short runways. In 1969, Professor Sarabhai decided to go full steam ahead with the task of establishing an indigenous capability in building and launching our own satellite launching vehicle. For this, Professor Sarabhai handpicked a team to give form to his dream of an Indian satellite launching vehicle, and Abdul Kalam have been chosen to be a project leader. Then after, they decided to collaborate this project with the French Diamond project. After 2 years effort, when they were able to deliver the Diamond project, the French suddenly cancelled the Diamond program. It was a great shock, making Kalam relive the early disappointment at Dehradun when he failed to get into the Air Force, and at Bangalore when the whole project was aborted. Within a short span of time, he started working into SLV-3 project. Meanwhile, Professor Sarabhai passed away. It was a great blow to Abdul Kalam and a huge loss to Indian space science. After Professor Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan was given the responsibility of heading ISRO. One day, when Kalam was totally engrossed in the preparation of SLV-3, he received a news that his brother Jalaluddin was no more. After some days, his father also passed away. It greatly affected Abdul Kalam and it took some time to get out. But he continued working on SLV-3 project. Finally, on 10th August 1979, SLV-3 was launched. The flight was terminated after 317 seconds and the vehicle blasted into the sea. This incident caused profound disappointment. The next day, a post-flight review conducted. Many causes were analyzed to find the failure. On the spur of the moment, Kalam stood up and addressed that he wouldn't justify the failure and he took the responsibility for the failure. He learned a big lesson from this failure and continuously on 18 July 1980 at 8:03 hours to be precise, India's first satellite launch vehicle SLV-3 lifted off from Sriharikota. It was a perfect launch. Kalam experienced mixed feeling. He was happy to achieve this success, but at the same time he was sad because he missed the people who inspired him. After 3 months, from DRDL, Professor Ramanan asked Kalam if he would join DRDL and shoulder the responsibility of shaping the Guided Missile Development Program. Meanwhile, on 26 January 1981, Kalam received Padma Bhushan, and the next year, University of Madras conferred the honorary degree of Doctor of Science on Abdul Kalam. On 1st June 1982, he joined DRDL. After some days, he met Defense Minister to propose the Missile Development Program. But the Defense Minister suggested them to launch an integrated guided missile development program instead of making missiles in phases. The proposal of Missile Development Program had been turned overnight into a blueprint of an integrated guided missile development program. Then Kalam presented the government letter before Missile Technology Committee at DRDL and he proposed projects in accordance with the spirit of Indian self-reliance. Thus, surface-to-surface weapon system became Prithvi and the tactical core vehicle was called Trishul. The surface-to-air area defense system was named Akash and anti-tank missile project named NAG. Finally, he named Agni to his long-term cherished dream of Rex. Moreover, he implemented many strategies to complete this program. The first launch of the missile program was conducted on 16 September 1985 when Trishul took off from the test range at Sriharikota. Continuously, Prithvi was successfully launched on 25th February 1988. The first launch of Agni had been scheduled for 20 April 1989. At 14 seconds before the launch, computer signal hold indicating that one of the instruments was misfunctioning, resulting they had to abort the launch. After detailed analysis on 1st May 1989, the missile was ready for launch, but again an error signal occurred, resulting the launch had been postponed yet again. After a long day struggle, Agni was successfully launched on 22nd May 1989. It was a perfect launch. The nation celebrated this success and on Republic Day in 1990, Abdul Kalam was conferred the Padma Bhushan. It was then he decided to write about the circumstances and the people who made him what he is today. Through this book, what he wanted to say was that no one, however poor, underprivileged or small, need feel disheartened about life. Problems are a part of life, suffering is the essence of success. As someone said, God has not promised sun without rain, joy without sorrow, peace without pain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment and share with your friends. For more upcoming videos, stay tuned.